YouTube is pushing small channels in 2025. I'm telling y'all, I can't explain it, but I don't know if y'all noticed in the past like few weeks, there's been an uptick, or even months, probably even longer than that. I just noticed that I'm being recommended a lot of small channels, and before all I would see is like the MKBs, BHDs, the Linus Tech Tips. I'll see all those tech big channels that I'm really interested in, but now I'm starting to see a little bit of a uptick in smaller creators that, you know, I wouldn't have been recommended in any way. And it's kind of got me thinking like, yo, you can make videos like this, and someone out there can be recommended them. It's crazy. I can't explain it, but it's like one of those things where it's like now this gives us an opportunity, us being small, like boots on the ground, the small guy, the small fry trying to make content. It makes it so much easier because it's like someone will, you know, someone out there will see your video. You won't have to go through this YouTube algorithm swim and do all these other things just to get into the algorithm to be seen. Like I mentioned this, and this is my baseline. Like I had a video for me that did very well, and it was on the Osmo Pocket 3, this camera I'm using right now. And what's cool about that is that, you know, in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's just a regular video, you know, I'm just, you know, I never really vlogged like that before. I was always afraid to vlog. So like now for something like that, that was like a trial, that just to get that many impressions, 38,000 impressions, man, it's crazy. Think about like 38,000 people have tuned in to watch that. Well, didn't tune in, but they saw the video, if you will, right in front of their screen. If there was their tablet, their computer, their TV. It's one of those things like, you know, when I sit back and I think about it, like I wasn't looking to go viral or anything, but it just kind of motivated me. Like, you know what? I need to get my face on the big screen over and over and over. So that way I can continue this process, this growth around YouTube. But it goes to show you, they really are pushing small creators. But the thing is, we can't get pushed if you don't show up, right? You need to show up. I'm telling y'all, it's I don't like using the word grind, but I think it's like it's something as a hobby that you can do, and you can build slowly, continue to churn out content. And I keep telling you to continue to get comfortable talking in front of this camera, because it just, one way or another, as time goes on, you practice and you practice, you're gonna get better. You're gonna get better, and it's gonna become easier. Like even right now, it's raining. Like I'm like right under this little thing in the back of my house, and I'm afraid that, I'm not afraid, but I'm sitting here and I don't want my Osmo Pocket 3 to get wet. I want it, you know, they ain't water resistant, and these don't come cheap, right? But YouTube is pushing out small creators. Like if you have like your phone or anything, like don't be like, I'm telling you, if you can provide value to an audience or provide value on something that you're good at, a trade. I started watching, you know, I don't know if this is weird, but I started watching these guys on YouTube and TikTok and everywhere else that are like mowing like lawns. They're doing like complete transformations of like a house that hasn't been like mowed in years or months, who knows, right? And it's just something so satisfying of watching that kind of content. Like just watching them going through the process of cleaning and helping somebody else who's in a tough space, and kind of sometimes even doing it for free. Another piece of content I've started watching, like that people can easily do, is washing cars. Like I've seen cars online that are, like on YouTube, that are just like completely covered in like gook, that are just like dirty, that need to be cleaned. And something satisfying about watching that kind of thing. And then if you have something to offer, like, you know, mowing, car washing, music, gaming, you know, there's even beauty content is crazy on YouTube. I know a lot of people who have been successful by creating content, you know, doing beauty or even sneakers. Like I've seen people who review sneakers, like you buy sneakers and you just review them, the shoes that are on your feet. It's like, there's so many avenues, right? Or even just talking about your experience, like I am, to empower people to want to create content. That's my goal, to continue to push myself to create content, to empower you to create content and get better at it. And it's if you don't mind talking, and I know it's a little hard talking to a camera in the beginning, it's a little weird, but over time it becomes easy. But nonetheless, YouTube is pushing small creators, and you can literally, whatever it is that you want, you can create. You can literally create anything on YouTube, because you think about, like, YouTube is like this big search engine, and there's someone that has, in some cases, has a problem, and you're there to create the solution, or someone is there that's looking for entertainment, and you're the solution to that entertainment. And it's like, it's simple if you work a process of organizing it. If you kind of like organize it on how you want to do it to provide value. And sometimes you don't even have to organize it. You can just, start off slow, where you're just talking about anything that you feel or anything that you experience, or the highs and the lows of what you've experienced on YouTube. In your life, so you can post it on YouTube. For a while, I neglected the idea that it was just so easy to just talk about like how you feel, and there's someone out there who may align with those thoughts, or someone who may not align, and you can get insight from all those people. Like, it's crazy. You think about like a website like Reddit. Like you now can you can now search and find an answer for something that's going on in your current events, or something that you experience with a piece of tech, or something that you experience, with the car and stuff like that, and get answers from people. And the same thing on TikTok. Now you can literally go on Google and you'll see answers to something that you're looking for from TikTok on Google. So YouTube is not going anywhere, right? I think the longer you wait, things are changing, right? Your digital footprint is like your personal brand. So if you have interest in that, I think you should get on YouTube and start posting content on something that you're passionate about. Then it's like, if you're open-minded about like evolving with the times, because it's not going to always be for small creators. It may change. Who knows? The algorithm or what the audience wants may change. They may not want a talking head video where it's like just someone. They may want more of the fancy, editing and stuff like that from people. That may change. It's not going to always be this way, but right now I think it's a perfect time, and the creator economy is amazing. Like I want a part of that. And I think you should too, because it'll provide this thing that is like a sense of freedom, where it's like, that's kind of like the end game for some people. And maybe their passion on something that they talk about, or the end game may be freedom, right? Freedom to be able to hang out with your family, freedom to do all those things that you can, and freedom to work on your own terms, freedom to not have to like work a job. I think that's something that you should consider when it comes to this, right? Because if they're pushing out the small creator, and that's your end game, that's your goal, if you have a passion for creation, or a passion to talk in front of the camera, I think you should consider that. In the beginning, I always wanted to review like tech products. I always wanted to review tech products. I know that takes a lot of, time and effort, but that's eventually what I want to do. I want to be able to provide value to y'all at the other end of this lens around, tech. But right now, my focus is getting comfortable and building a branding and gaining an understanding of how YouTube works. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in. As always, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. All right. Peace.